What if the deadliest weapon in modern history wasn't a bomb, a missile, or a gun? What if it was a piece of invisible code, silently crawling through computers, waiting for the right moment to strike? And what if its target wasn't just data, but the very heart of a nation's nuclear program? Welcome to Hidden in History, where shadows still speak. Tonight we uncover a secret operation that changed the rules of warfare forever. This is the story of Stuxnet, the world's first true cyberweapon. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to Hidden in History so you won't miss the stories the textbooks leave out. In the late 2000s, the world watched Iran with growing tension. At Natanz, deep inside hardened facilities, engineers worked tirelessly to enrich uranium. To some, it was a legitimate program. To others, it was the first step toward building a nuclear weapon. Sanctions tightened, diplomats negotiated, military strikes were quietly planned. But somewhere, in the shadows, another plan was already in motion. One that wouldn't drop a single bomb. Iran's centrifuges, delicate high-speed machines, were their pride. Spinning at nearly the speed of sound, they separated uranium isotopes with incredible precision. But they also had a weakness. Like all modern industry, they were controlled by computers. And computers, as history was about to learn, can be hacked. In 2010, strange things began happening at Natanz. Centrifuges, sometimes hundreds at once, began to fail. Rotors snapped, bearings seized, machines tore themselves apart. Operators were baffled. Their screens showed normal readings, as if everything was fine. Yet in the real world, the machines were dying. The culprit was a piece of code, 22 lines out of thousands, buried deep inside an elegant, devastating computer worm. Its name, Stuxnet. Unlike viruses we know, Stuxnet wasn't built to steal passwords or crash websites. It was built to destroy. It entered computers through infected USB drives, sneaking across even air-gapped networks not connected to the internet. Once inside, it hunted for a very specific prey: Siemens industrial controllers running Iran's centrifuges. When it found them, Stuxnet delivered its payload: malicious commands that secretly made centrifuges spin too fast or too slow until they broke apart. And the genius, or the terror, was in the deception. While machines screamed themselves to death, Stuxnet fed false data back to the operators. On their screens, everything looked normal. By the time they realized the truth, it was too late. The worm was so advanced, so complex, that many experts immediately suspected a nation-state was behind it. And soon, whispers emerged. Stuxnet was part of Operation Olympic Games, a secret collaboration between the United States and Israel. If true, it was the first confirmed use of a digital weapon to cause physical destruction. The motive? To delay Iran's march toward nuclear capability, without sparking open war. The results were devastating. Estimates suggest Stuxnet destroyed over 1,000 centrifuges, nearly 10% of Iran's capacity at the time. It set the program back months, maybe years. And it did all this without a single missile fired, without a single soldier on the ground. But no secret stays buried forever. In June 2010, cybersecurity researchers at Symantec stumbled upon something strange: a highly unusual piece of malware spreading across the globe. At first, it looked like another worm, but as analysts peeled back the layers, they found complexity unlike anything seen before. Multiple zero-day exploits, stolen digital certificates, stealthy rootkits. This wasn't the work of amateurs. This was a weapon. Stuxnet's discovery shook the cybersecurity world. For the first time, they were staring at proof. A computer program that could leap from the digital realm into the physical one. It was no longer about data theft or espionage. This was about destruction. Invisible sabotage. A weapon that didn't just erase files. It could break machines, cripple industries, even shut down entire nations. And the implications were terrifying. If Stuxnet could strike centrifuges, what about power plants, water treatment facilities, transportation networks? The blueprint for cyber warfare had been unleashed, and others were watching. Iran eventually recovered. They rebuilt their centrifuges, hardened their networks, and accelerated their cyber capabilities. Some say Stuxnet may have only strengthened their resolve. But the bigger consequence was global. Cyber war was no longer science fiction. It was real. And it had been used successfully on one of the world's most sensitive nuclear programs. Today, more than a decade later, experts still debate. Did Stuxnet make the world safer by delaying Iran's nuclear progress without a war? Or did it make the world more dangerous by opening Pandora's box and showing the way for others? Because once Stuxnet was discovered, its code could be copied, studied, and adapted. And in the years since, the world has seen new waves of cyber attacks targeting critical infrastructure. Attacks that trace their lineage back to that first worm at Natanz. The lesson is sobering. We entered an era where weapons aren't forged in steel, but written in code. Where battlefields aren't deserts or seas, but the invisible networks that run our cities. And where the next great war might not be fought with missiles in the sky, but with lines of text hidden deep inside machines. Stuxnet was never officially acknowledged. The US and Israel never confirmed it. But its legacy is undeniable. It was the first cyber weapon to cause physical destruction, and it won't be the last. In the silence of Natanz, among the broken centrifuges, a new age of warfare was born. One hidden from view, but no less dangerous. And like all hidden histories, it whispers a warning. The most powerful weapons are often the ones you never see coming. This has been Hidden in History, where shadows still speak. If this story drew you in, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share it so more people can hear the whispers the past left behind. Thanks for watching. We'll meet again in the next hidden chapter.